Good evening. It's the 1st of June 2025. It's been a warm weekend here in Norfolk in the UK. It's been 24-25 degrees, which is the start of June is very nice. Just a quick video I'm going to do. It's the latest part of my journey. Of those who don't follow me and haven't seen any of my videos, I'm 54. My name is Neil Davidson and I'm from South Norfolk. A couple of years ago we got tested in Latvia for a random blood test, and it came up with a PSA result of 5.6. So back to England, had the MRI, a PIRADS 2, which was favourable. We had 16 biopsies, 5 of them came back as positive, 3+4s, but unfortunately one of them was a positive margin. So we had the prostatectomy April 23. Everything went well for a while. Then the blood test kept coming back. The PSA kept coming back 6 months, 9 months after that. And we reached the 0.2, which is a sign of a reoccurrence. So at 0.2 we had the PET scan. It didn't reveal nothing. But I think they were pretty confident where the remaining cells were. So May time last year, we had 20 sessions of EBRT, external beam radiation therapy. It was every day for a month, excluding the weekends. It was tough. It was tough going. The symptoms afterwards were pretty sort of the fatigue, tiredness were pretty hard. I've done some videos on my channel about the side effects of the radiation. So since the radiation, we've been having blood tests, regular blood tests every sort of 3 months. And the title of the video tonight is a little disappointed with my latest PSA result. 0.2 was when I had the radiation. A few months after, I went down to 0.09. Then in July, August last year, it was 0.07. So it come down very well. And October I had one done, it was 0.04, so still coming down nice. I had one done in March, it was 0.03, so still coming down, but very little. And I had a private one done also last week in Colchester, and it was also 0.03, so it stabilised. So from October 24 to May 25, which we're talking 7 or 8 months, it had gone from 0.04 to 0.03. I was expecting something a little bit better, 0.02 or 0.01. Don't really know why it hadn't carried on the way down. But it's I know it takes 18 months from your radiation sessions to get to your nadir, which is your lowest point. So I've still got another 6 months to get down to the, I suppose it's 0.01 or 0.00. I don't know how how it works. So I'm not disappointed, but I am disappointed. I suppose looking at a graph, it's now stabilised, which in a way a good thing. It hasn't gone up, but you know, I was looking every 3 or 4 months at a little bit off, and a little bit off. So, you know, I'm going to get comments where, you know, people saying you're expecting too much. Yeah, I agree with that in a way, but wouldn't you be disappointed as well? You were hoping that every sort of 3 months it was going down just a little bit. I was hoping for 0.02, and believe me, there's not a lot of difference between 0.02 and 0.03. But we'll go from there. So we've got another test planned in August. I'm going to Latvia for a week, middle of August. So that's another June, July, August. So that's another sort of 2.5, 3 months away. And they do a 2 decimal place one over there. So we'll see what that come back as. And we've got one planned end of October, early November at the NHS one. And I'll try and get a private one done then, which will give me the 2 decimal places where the NHS trust here in the UK, here in Norfolk, only go to 1 decimal place, so it'll probably be less than 0.1, which is the difference. So it's yes, just a little disappointed, but it's not too bad. So things are going well. Still feeling good. No other symptoms whatsoever. Yeah, all good. What I wanted to also just comment is I get a lot of comments and saying, "Am I on hormone therapy?" No, I'm not. I haven't had one session of hormone therapy. I've not touched hormone therapy. It's just straight prostatectomy, radiation, job done. So I think that they knew roughly where it was, and I think they're quite happy that it's come down to undetectable since that without hormone therapy. I do get a lot of questions about that. But when I was in Tenerife in March, I was walking around the market and somebody was trying to sell me one of these cooling towels, and I said no, I didn't want one. But he was saying a lot of people with prostate cancer use them, who are on hormone therapy. And what they are, I've got one here. It's just a simple cooling towel which you can buy from Amazon or anywhere. And all you literally do is put it in some water, squeeze the water out, and all you literally do is just shake it in the air. And what happens obviously with that, it can be boiling water, it can be cold water. Now, we tried this earlier. You literally can obviously just put it around your neck, which is very, very cold. Or if you were that hot, let's say a lot of people with the hormone therapy are getting hot flushes or hot flashes. You can use it on your forehead or and just tie it there. Looks stupid, but in the middle of the night when the men get these hot flashes, it really is cold. But the good thing about these is, we tried this earlier. We put it in some water and we left it just to sit there. 45 minutes later, all you literally do is give it a good old shake again. That's all you need to do, and it goes very, very cold again round the back of the neck, and it's just as cold as it was 45 minutes ago. I haven't put any links on here from Amazon or whatever, but I believe they're only sort of £6 or £7. I think you can buy them obviously in the US and here in the UK. So again, I have no need to use them because I don't have hormone therapy, but I know a lot of people do, and for £6 or £7, it's just reusable all the time. Dunk it in the water, squeeze the water out, give it a good shake, put it on your neck. 10-15 minutes later, if it starts to get a little bit warm again, give it a good shake, 10-second, 15-second shake, and it just goes cold again. I don't know how it works, but it certainly do work. So I would thoroughly recommend that. Again, I'm not being paid to sell these because I don't put the link in there. Lastly, just a quick couple of shout outs, please, to Rick in Tenerife. Just Rick is his channel. He always gives me a shout out when he's doing a live. Many thanks for that, Rick, for your continued support. Tim Dowd, living with MS in Tenerife. Again, another one of my friends over there. He got his own channel. He's always on his lives, and again, always plugging my channel, my journey. And this time I just want to give a special mention to a guy called Webby. He's got his own YouTube channel called Webby's World. Anything to do with sport, then Webby knows everything there is to do with sport. Webby's a good character. Went to see him in March, had a few beers with him at the Hop and Grapes. It was Cheltenham week, so he couldn't spend a lot of time with me because he was like the acting bookie within the pub. But we're going again in late August, early September. So I will meet up with Webby and we'll have a good sociable drink, have a good chat. Webby's lived on the island 20, 30 years and had a few pubs, and he knows quite a few contacts within the sporting world. And a lot of memorabilia is donated to him from certain people, whether it be ex-footballers. He's had Ronnie O'Sullivan's Q. He's had, I think, something like William Buick's Silks or something. He gets a lot of memorabilia, and he raises a lot of money for FACT, Fighting Against Cancer in Tenerife. He does a lot of work. He does sponsored walks. He puts a lot of effort into raising money from over there. And I know he does a fantastic job because I've seen all the the website and everything. Webby has had a PSA test, and gladly it's come below 4. I think it's 3.6, 3.7. So we're going to keep an eye on him every year. I'm going to force him to do a test every year and to keep an eye on that. And if it does start going up, then we'll come in with a little bit of help, and we'll get him through it. So he's all healthy at the minute, which is great, but he's doing a lot of promotion stuff to get people to go and get tested. It's a simple blood test. Again, I use a company called the Graham Fulford Charity Trust. They go around the country. You sign up to their website, and for £25, £26, you can get tested, which is absolutely nothing. It's very hard to be tested here in the UK with a doctor unless you've got 25 symptoms. And they come out and say that everyone is able to have a test when you're 50, but unless you've got symptoms, they won't do it. But the Graham Fulford, you don't have to declare anything. If you want a test, you basically sign up. You go to the place where they come. Now, they've been to a hockey club here in Norwich in March, and I've just been to a golf club in Colchester a couple of weeks ago. No questions asked, blood test comes back on your portal, and you just go from there. So what I like about the Graham Fulford Trust is they put it on a graph on a table for you, and again, I presented that to my oncology and urology team, and they agreed to do my radiation, I think probably 18 months to 2 years in advance, because they could see my results going up. So the Graham Fulford Charity Trust is a very, 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 very good company. And again, if you wanted a private test with Spy or Bupa, I know I've said this in my other videos before, but they'll charge you £140. So anyone who's interested, go and get tested. As Webby say, get off your arse and get tested. At my age, early 50s, hopefully we've found something early, treated something early. So hopefully we've got everything with the radiation. It's been a hard couple of years, but we're getting there. So yeah, anyone who is watching this video for the first time, log on to Graham Fulford Charity Trust or type in my PSA testing. It's very simple. Sign up and just get tested. And again, I had no symptoms. I had a random blood test because my partner had a blood test in Latvia, where she comes from. It cost me €20 for 11 different tests, and hopefully it will save my life in the end, or extend my life, shall I say. If I was in the UK, I wouldn't have gone to the doctors. Yes, I get up in the middle of the night once for a wee, and those over 40 years old who don't. So Webby does great work over in Tenerife for raising awareness, and if anyone's interested, Webby's World is his channel, doing great at the minute. He does daily vlogs in and around Cayo Savaki and Costa Adeki, and with his wife, Dawn. Good lad, and we'll have a beer with him in August time. So many thanks. It's a 15-minute video. Again, the journey's going good. A little disappointed, but it's still going in the right direction. It's certainly not on the incline. So we're good. Health is good, and we'll speak soon when we've got some more updates. So thanks for watching, and we'll speak soon.